catch 'em all.
Alright, ladies and gents, welcome back to another AutoCAD Web App video. In this one we are going to be creating the PACMAN assignment, which is 6 inches wide by 5 inches tall. It uses a hatch pattern on the inside, which I'm going to erase to make it a little bit easier to see the lines that we have to create. You can see all the different paths that the PACMAN can take are all 1/4 of an inch wide by 1/4 of an inch tall, which means that what we can do in our drawing is use the array tool in order to create those paths at 1/4 by 1/4. Okay, so if you're going to the web app, you're going to open up a title block or any other assignment that you've already created. You're going to do a save as though, because you don't want to save over that stuff. Call it PACMAN, hit save, and then you're going to erase out of the inside of your title block whatever was already drawn in there. Don't forget to change the name down here to say PACMAN. Don't forget to change the date to be whatever today's date is, okay, when you're about to hand in the assignment. My students seem to like it better to draw it out here and then move it in later, so I'm going to draw mine out here. So here we go. You're going to take the the draw, and you're going to go to line, and we're going to make this click anywhere, go down on the green line, 5, enter. You're going to go to the right, 6, enter. You're going to go up, 5, enter, and then you're going to go to the left, 6, enter. You got to stay on the green line. Now if you're drawing yours and it's making really small lines like this, hit the zoom extents tool. That'll bring everything up to your screen here. If it doesn't, then there's probably something drawn out here, so just do a big selection box and hit delete, and then try it again. And you want to have it up like this so you can actually see what you're doing. Okay, now there's an array tool. What you're going to do is you're going to click what you want to array. You're going to hit enter. You're going to do a rectangular array. You're going to say, okay, the columns, there's going to be 24. And the reason why there's 24 going this way is because we have 6 inches and we have 4/4 of an inch in every inch. Okay, so think about a dollar. Every dollar you have 4/4. So 6 times 4 is 24. And then we're going to want to specify the distance between the columns, 1/4. The rows, we're going to just make that 1 row, because otherwise it's going to draw them up here as well. And then that's it. You hit escape. And the only thing with the array tool is that they're all connected now. So we have to type explode and click on the array and hit enter. Now you don't have to do it this way. You could use the offset tool and you could offset these lines. I'll do the going down ones now. And then you're going down 1/4, enter. But the only thing is you'd have to do that 19 more times, and that's a lot of work. Okay, so or going the other way would have to be 23 more times. So going back to draw again, going to array, we're going to do the top one now. We're going to hit enter. We're going to do rectangular. Let's see, rows is going to be 20 because it's 5 times 4 this time, 5 inches by 4/4 of an inch in every inch. And the space between is still going to be 1/4. And specify the incremental elevation between rows. I'm not really sure what that means, so we're going to say 0 there. But these should have gone down and they went up, so we're going to have to see what happened there. But also enter the number of columns. You want to do just 1. That way it doesn't continue out to the right. And then hit escape. Now let's do this. If you're at this step with me, just take this entire array and move it from this corner here. So I'm on the move tool. It says specify base point. Grab it from this point and just put it here. Okay, but I'm going to do that step again to see why it went that way. So here we go. Going back to draw, hitting array, clicking on the top line and hitting enter. Rectangular. So I see this going up. Now we want to base point, count, spacing, columns, rows, levels. I wonder if we can get this to go the other way. Yeah, by doing that. Okay, so just grab that arrow and pull it down. And now we're going to do columns is going to be 1. Distance between columns doesn't really matter because there's only 1. 1/4 of an inch. Rows is going to be 20. And the spacing between the rows is going to be 1/4. Now it still went the other way. That's interesting. Okay. Alright, so let's just click on this and use move, click it from here. That's not how it works in the software, but for some reason on the web app it only lets you go up, so that's interesting. So we move it to there, okay, and now we're going to start going around and trimming the outside. So if you're on trim, what you're going to do is right in the middle there's going to be 2 rows by 1, 2, 3, 4 coming in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 by 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 by 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 by 3, okay. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to count these spaces here and find where the middle line is, and you're going to go like that, like that, like that. Oh, this one we never exploded, so let's click explode on the other array. Alright, so now we have all of these lines are completely individual lines. Should have done that before, sorry about that. Alright, so we get this. Now let's just make sure I got this in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Now the next one is going to be a 3 by 3. So you're going to get these lines out of here. Alright, so you go like that. Although this should actually go 4 deep, so let's go like this. Let's get that 1 deeper. Alright. Now, again, the trim tool works much differently than it does in the software, but you can just click and draw these lines, and whatever line it touches, it's going to trim out. Okay? So you do something like that. Now we're going to do it on the other side. You could go like this, too. You could draw around the outside, and then, you know, use the erase tool or continue using the trim tool to get the other ones out. That's up to you. Because the trim tool works as an erase tool as well. Anything that it clicks, it's going to erase. You could also single click each one. Alright, so we get something like that. Now, in the very top in the center, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then it's going to be in here. Let's double check though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay? So now do the same thing in the bottom. You're going to go 3 in and 2 over. See, this one only goes 3 because there are 3 dots. Okay? So you get something like that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go around the outside and you're going to create all the open paths all the way around the outside. So to do that, we're just going to click and hold and try to be accurate with your cursor, because if it touches something that you don't want, it's going to trim or erase that part out. Again, if you're not that accurate, then maybe you want to just single click and go around like this. Whoops. But also, it won't, if you just click and let go, it won't trim any of this stuff until you click again. So you don't have to click and hold down and draw it like this. You can just click and let go, put the line where you want it, and then click again, which is probably the easiest way to do this part. So we're going all the way around the outside. Alright, now you can also open up this, and then we're going to start doing the inside stuff. The inside stuff, we've got a 3 by 2 box here, so we're going to trim everything around that. So we want to leave a 3 by 2. Now you can also trim the stuff inside, or you could do it later, that's up to you. But the path itself is going to be here and here, and you get something like that for those two. So let's do that again. This is going to go straight through. This one's going to go straight through. And then you get rid of the stuff on the inside. Alright, same thing on the other side. This goes straight through. This one goes straight through. You leave 2, you cut the 3rd. Get rid of the inside stuff. A lot of trimming in this one. Cut the path. Something like that. Alright. Now going back, we'll see that there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 2 that goes right next to it, 5 by 2, which means that this path is going to be completely open. And so is this one. And then you're going to go in here and get rid of the inside stuff. Now, without getting rid of this inside stuff, we wouldn't be able to do the hatch pattern the right way. Not only would we have to fill all of those different boxes with a separate click, but we would actually have to, you would actually see on the printed copy that there are different individual boxes there rather than just being one big box, okay? Alright, that's that. Okay, next thing. Let's see, we've got a 3 by 2 opening right here. So let's do that on both sides. So this drawing's not hard, it's just a little bit more tedious because there's a lot of stuff to click. Okay, you get something like this. Now there's going to be a path around the outside of this center box. So we're going to want to go, let's open up the inside first. This is a 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 2 by 8. So if I'm in the very center here, I want to do something like this. Let's just make sure I got that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we actually want to go one more than that. So that leaves me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And actually, so we actually messed up on this last step. The path here we counted as 1, but it was already open. It should have went another 2. So in order to fix that, all we're going to do is we're just going to take this line and extend that one. And we're going to take this line and extend this one. That's going to be the outside here. Okay, so going back to trim again, you are going to open the path around the outside of this, which goes like this, like that, like that, like that. Now this one was probably the toughest one to do so far, but it once you get this one out of the way, the rest of it becomes a lot easier. So that's why I did that. How many are open at the top? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 2, 3, 4. Alright, and then you can go around the inside like this, and that opens that part. Next one, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and off of that block it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's your 5, and it goes off of that block 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to go like this, like that, and like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more, like that. Like this, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. Again, if you also go too far, I don't know if you're going to want to hit and undo. If you do the back button here, it's going to undo everything that you just did in that trim. So you're not going to want to do that. You're going to want to hit escape, and you're going to want to maybe just patch it up by grabbing a line like I did before, or by, yeah, I would say just do it that way. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Alright, trim. Let's get these out of here now, and then we're pretty much almost done. Again, this is just the tedious part. Oops. See, now watch. If I do undo, it's going to undo everything I just did. So I'm going to hit the forward arrow and get that stuff back out of there. And if I need to, I can just use the line tool. That's probably what I was going to say before. Just use the line tool to connect and put it back together. Now in the software, when you hit undo like that, either you do Control Z, which you can also do in the web app, or you can hit the back arrow. It wouldn't do that. It wouldn't go back the whole way. Alright, So escape. Okay. Now dimensioning. We need to know that the entire thing, so you're going to go into dim. Make sure you click on this corner. If you're not getting a green shape like this, you want to make sure that O snap is blue, and that in the arrow here next to O snap, that endpoint, midpoint, that's pretty much the only important ones right now, center, make sure that those are checked. Okay, so I'm going to go from this corner right here to this corner right here, and then up a little bit, and then I'm going to go back into that tool and do the 5. I want to know that one of these paths, now let's see if we can actually do this. Rather than going in the software, we would go from this corner to this corner with a dim linear tool, but there is no dim linear, so you're going to have to go straight down like this until you get to X, which is the intersection, and then you can just kind of draw that out like that. Show me that one of the paths, the height of it is 1/4, and then we can do over here like this, the width of it is 1/4. Let's see, what else is important to know? Just give me that this from here to here is 3/4, and that this one from here to here is 1/2. Now if they're on top of each other, just hit escape, grab the number, and grab the little blue next to the arrow, and you can just drag it out a little further. Alright, something like that. And then the last thing I want to know here, oops, not dim linear, dim, is just from here to here, show me that that's 0.5. Alright, so that's good enough. Okay, let's see, we got 8:15, I got plenty of time. I can show you how to make one of the PACMAN guys. So here we go with that. Oh, we got to do the dots too. Let's do the dots first. So I'm going to draw a line from here to here. Okay, this is 1/4 by 1/4, and it's one of the boxes. So if I draw that line and then I go to the line tool, I'm going to draw a circle that is 0.0625. Nope, that's a little bit too big because it's radius. So we're going to want to go 1/32, and I don't know the number of 1/32 off the top of my head. 1 divided by 32 is 0.03125. So circle, midpoint, 0.03125. Something like that. Erase the line. Now we're going to do array again. We're going to click the circle. We're going to hit enter. We're going to do rectangular. You can see that it's trying to do rows and columns here. So the columns are going to be 24. Distance between them 1/4. The rows are going to be 20. Distance between them 1/4. And you get something like that. Alright, now hit escape, click on the circles, type explode, that explodes them apart, and now you got to go back in and click and hold with no tool. You're not in any tools right now. Click and hold with the green box, so when you're going left you'll get green. You can do it with the blue box also, but you got to be a little bit more accurate. Green box just has to touch it, and you're going to go back in and just get all these circles out of the inside parts. You could probably fast forward this part of the video if you're still watching, because you get what to do. It's just going to take me time to do it. Alright, so we got that stuff. Now we're moving to the top. Again, it's a click and hold, drag across, let go, delete. I'm just using delete on the keyboard. You could also use the erase tool and do the same thing, and then just hit enter at the end. That's up to you, but I think I like just doing delete on the keyboard. It's a lot faster. Oops, see, I got a line that I don't want, so hit escape, draw again, delete. We don't want these out here either. Those you can actually leave. I'm pretty sure that they're actually, they do continue going through here in the actual game, so you can leave them there if you want. You can Google a picture of the game if you want. Now obviously this game is not playable, but it's just a plan of a Pac-Man board. Alright, so we got those. Okay. Ooh, I missed a line here. Oh no, there's no line. Let's see. There are also none in here, so let's get rid of these. And let's get rid of these. Alright, so now the Pac-Man guy actually starts in here somewhere, but you can make it look like the game is already being played by putting him down here somewhere and erasing the dots around him. Okay? Ooh, I forgot about these. And I think that's good. Okay. Alright, here's how you make the Pac-Man guy. Pac-Man guy's easy. Draw a circle. You can put it wherever you want the Pac-Man guy to be. And that's going to be a 0.0625. No, that one's not going to be big enough. We want to do 0.125. Alright. Now, erase the dot where he is. Take the line tool. Click at the center. And you can just draw up like this and hit escape. And then hit spacebar. That brings you back into the line tool. Click at here. Click down here somewhere. Hit escape. And then you're just going to do trimming. So trim, 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 trim. And then I think I just put a little circle for his eyeball. Doesn't really matter what size it is. Okay, you get something like that. Now if he's still moving this way, those are probably still there. So let's say that he went that way at one point. Let's say he came from this way. Click and hold. Let's say he started right there. Something like that. Alright. Now the ghost guys, they're a little bit harder, but once you get one, you can copy the rest. So you're going to start with a circle. Put it where you want your ghost guy to be. 0.125, same size circle. Click the dot on the inside and delete. And what you're going to do is you're going to use a rectangle that goes from, so see how I'm going on the center here without clicking or anything? I'm still just in the rectangle tool. I'm sliding left on the green line and clicking, and then I'm gonna go, let's see, I want to go 1/4 of an inch by 1/8 of an inch and hit enter, and you get something like that. Trim the bottom of the circle, get rid of this line, and now we just got a squiggly across the bottom. So what I would do for that is I would offset this line. Oh, see how those three are together? So we're going to do another explode to get those apart. That rectangle came in as a polyline, which means that all the lines are connected. So we're going to explode that. We'll go back to offset. We'll do, oops, click the line first. Go up 1/32. And then we're going to do the same thing with these side lines. We're going to go 1/32 all the way across. Now you could use the array tool if you want. I think there's only like 8 lines here, so it's not really a big deal if you don't. It'll take you a couple extra seconds. These are all dummy lines, which means that we're going to use them to draw, but then we're going to erase them. So go back to draw, grab the line tool, start here and go down, up, down, up. These are all snaps. And then we're going to erase all of these. We're going to erase the bottom line, we're going to erase the top line, and then we're actually just going to trim here and here. And you get what you're looking for. Okay. Now as far as the eyeballs go, there is no ellipse tool in here, it looks like. So we're just going to do little circles. Whoops. Once you make one, maybe you want to mirror that over the middle from there to there. Erase the source, no. And you get a little guy like that. Alright, let's grab this stuff. We don't want this line, so if you got that by accident, hold shift and click it. And then I'm going to do copy. I'm going to try to grab it from the center of the circle. So see how when I hover over the circle I get a little plus in the center? That's what I want right there. And then you just kind of sprinkle them around where you think you want them. But you got to go back so it doesn't look like they have a nose, and erase the dot, because even if they're on top of a dot you wouldn't be able to see it. Alright. Last step, hatch pattern. go to Draw, go to Hatch, click in all the boxes. Now you can leave it diagonal like this, or you can go to Properties and you can make the, let's see, are we still in Hatch? Yes. See, I don't have the options for that like you guys do. I've seen other people have the options. So we're actually just going to leave it the way that it is. Alright, so if you can go into Properties and change it to solid, that's fine, but if not, just do it like this. That's okay with me. You just got to click all the boxes. Don't mess up your clicks. Maybe you want to do a couple and then hit enter and then start another one. Otherwise, if you make one mistake, you got to do them all again, which is kind of annoying. I notice a little bit of lag with mine here when I'm doing the hatch pattern, so you're probably experiencing the same thing. Just go slow. Enter. Alright, and you get this. And actually, the very, very last step is to put a line on your title block from there to there. Do the same thing on your PACMAN. Go with a line from the top left to the bottom right. Select everything. Move. Grab it from the midpoint of that diagonal line and put it on the midpoint of the other diagonal line. And then erase the diagonals. Again, don't forget to change the date, change the name of the drawing. You're going to do a zoom extents. You're going to now hit save. And I would have probably hit save a couple other times when you're drawing that too, just so you don't lose your work. And then you're going to output as your PDF. So this is fine. Plot to PDF. Wait until this has a little blue link here. Right now it's generating PDF. And then download PDF. And that'll be the file that you upload to the Google Classroom. Alright? So I appreciate you guys watching. This was the PACMAN assignment on the AutoCAD Web App. And I will see you guys in the next one. Later. Catch 'em all.